Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's probably bothered everyone at some point. Eye pain.
Eye pain is surprisingly common, right? I mean, it ranges from a mild annoyance to something that feels like a scene from a horror movie.
Absolutely. And it can be so tricky because sometimes the pain is sharp. Other times it's dull or just feels like pressure.
Yeah, and it doesn't always mean something serious, but it can be hard to know when to worry.
Exactly. So, let's start with the basics. What are some common causes of eye pain?
Well, dry eyes pop into my mind first. Staring at screens all day? Anyone?
Guilty as charged. I've noticed my eyes ache after a long day of emails. Sometimes just blinking more helps, but not always.
Right. And then there's conjunctivitis. That's pink eye. Super contagious and uncomfortable.
Pink eye always makes me think of childhood. The itchiness and redness are unforgettable.
And it's not just kids. Adults can get it too. Allergies can also cause eye pain, especially in spring.
For sure. My eyes get red and sore every time pollen starts flying.
Let's not forget about injuries. Accidentally poking your eye or getting something stuck under your eyelid is the worst.
Oh, that grain of sand at the beach can feel like a boulder in your eye.
Seriously. But sometimes pain is felt deeper, like behind the eye. That can be a headache or even sinus pressure.
Right. I get sinus headaches, and it often feels like my whole face hurts, including my eyes.
Migraines can do that too. The throbbing pain behind the eye can be intense.
Definitely. But then there's a more serious side, like glaucoma or uveitis. Those aren't as common, but can't be ignored.
Glaucoma especially is sneaky. The pain might not even be that bad at first, but the vision loss risk is huge.
Exactly. That's why they call it the silent thief of sight. It creeps up on people.
So when do you think someone should be worried about eye pain?
If it comes with vision changes, light sensitivity, or a lot of discharge, I'd say see a doctor.
Totally agree. Especially if it's sudden or really severe, don't wait it out.
Right. And if there was an injury or chemical exposure, that's an emergency.
I read that sometimes people try to rinse their eyes at home, but if chemicals are involved, it's best to get help fast.
Absolutely. But what about those less dramatic cases? Like, when is it just okay to put in some drops and wait?
If it's mild, like dryness from too much screen time, artificial tears can help. But if it lasts more than a day or two, check with a professional.
Makes sense. And sometimes, it's as simple as changing your habits, like taking breaks from screens or using a humidifier.
I started the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds.
Nice. I always forget, but my eyes definitely thank me when I remember.
I used to think rubbing my eyes would help with discomfort, but turns out that just makes things worse.
Oh, totally. Rubbing can even scratch your cornea if there's something tiny in there.
And speaking of the cornea, that's another source of pain. Corneal abrasions. Even a tiny scratch can hurt a lot.
It's amazing how sensitive our eyes are. And yet, we take them for granted until something goes wrong.
So true. I guess it's like they say, you don't know what you've got until it's gone.
That's a bit dramatic, but not wrong. Vision is precious.
And sometimes, eye pain is actually referred pain. Like an issue with your teeth or sinuses can make your eye hurt.
I had no idea. The body really does play tricks on us.
Totally. And then there are contact lenses. Ever fallen asleep in them?
Guilty. Waking up with that gritty, painful feeling is the worst.
It's a good reminder to take care of your contacts and follow the instructions.
Absolutely. Hygiene matters. A lot. Dirty contacts can cause infections.
I've met people who ignore eye pain because they think it'll just go away.
That's risky. Some problems, like infections or glaucoma, get worse the longer you wait.
And sometimes pain is the only warning sign you get.
In a nutshell, mild pain that comes and goes is usually not serious, but persistent, severe, or sudden pain deserves attention.
Exactly. And if your vision changes or you see halos or flashes of light, get checked immediately.
That's a big red flag for serious issues.
On the bright side, most eye pain is treatable, especially if you catch it early.
Early intervention is key, and sometimes it's just about giving your eyes some rest.
Or a cold compress. That can feel amazing after a long day.
And don't forget sunglasses. Protecting your eyes from UV rays is important too.
Good point. Sunburned eyes are a thing, believe it or not.
Ouch. That's one sunburn I never want to experience.
Me neither. So, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I'd say listen to your eyes. If something feels off, don't ignore it.
And don't be afraid to get professional advice. Eyes are too important to take chances.
Absolutely. And next time your eye hurts, remember, it might just need a break, or it might be asking for help.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Take care of your eyes and see you next time.
And if you're still curious, ask yourself, how much do you really know about your own eyes? Maybe it's time for a checkup.
Great thought to end on. Stay healthy and keep looking out for your vision.